lead chloride and calcium carbonate. Method of preparation is double decomposition or precipitation. Double decomposition, as we have already studied, it is a reaction in which there is mutual exchange of radical between the two reactants. So insoluble salts are prepared by the mixing of the solutions of two appropriate salt by the exchange of the radical. So first salt under this is lead chloride, which is prepared by double decomposition reaction. Experimental details. First step is sodium chloride is added to lead nitrate. Instead of sodium chloride, we can use hydrochloric acid also. So the solution is mixed with the help of a stirrer, and after the reaction, the second step is solution is filtered. The heavy white precipitate of lead chloride accumulates as a residue on the filter paper, which is washed rapidly with the cold water, and then the precipitate is taken in a china dish with some water and it is heated. The water will evaporate till the precipitate of lead chloride is dissolved. The solution is then cooled. Pure needle-shaped crystals of lead chloride is obtained. Students, remember one thing, that lead chloride dissolves only in hot water. By the same method, the chlorides of lead, silver and mercury and the sulfates of barium, lead and calcium are also prepared. Now, reaction involved in the preparation of lead chloride is PbNO3 twice. When react with HCl, exchange of the radical takes place. Positive of the first one combined with the negative of the second, forming white precipitate of PbCl2. Same way, positive of the second combined with the negative of the first, forming HNO3. If instead of HCl we take NaCl, then it results in the formation of NaNO3. Now, second type of salt, that is calcium carbonate. It is prepared by adding sodium carbonate solution to hot solution of calcium chloride. Now come to the reaction. CaCl2 plus Na2CO3, it gives CaCO3 plus NaCl. When the reaction occurs, the white precipitate is formed by the exchange of the radical. Then it is filtered, washed with cold water and it is collected. The washed precipitate is dried to get an amorphous powder, which is calcium carbonate. Same way, students, the carbonates of all the metals except sodium, potassium and ammonium are prepared by the above method. Next method is preparation of an acidic salt, that is sodium bicarbonate, NaHCO3. This is an acidic salt which is formed by the partial replacement of hydrogen. Now, how it is prepared? It is prepared by passing carbon dioxide gas into cold solution of sodium carbonate. And the reaction involved is CO2 when passed through sodium carbonate in a solution form. It results in the formation of sodium bicarbonate. This is an apparatus which is used to prepare sodium bicarbonate in the lab. Sodium carbonate solution is taken in a flat bottom flask, and through this inlet, carbon dioxide gas is passed through sodium bicarbonate. Sodium carbonate solution is dissolved in nearly 25 cubic centimeter of distilled water. After that, the solution is cooled by keeping the beaker in a freezing mixture, that is in ice. So we'll pass CO2 gas into the solution. We find that after some time, crystals of sodium bicarbonate will precipitate out. We will filter the crystal, dry it in the folds of the filter paper, and we will get sodium bicarbonate. Next salt solution is prepared by neutralization reaction. Neutralization reaction, as you know, it is the process by which hydrogen ion of an acid reacts with the hydroxyl ion of a base to give us salt and water only. Now let's take an example of sodium hydroxide, which is a base. When combined with hydrochloric acid, which is an acid, it results in the formation of NaCl and water. Now, if we want to write the dissociation reaction of acid and a base, we may write like this. Sodium hydroxide, NaOH, when combines with HCl, it forms NaCl plus water. So, we'll dissociate it as Na positive, OH negative, plus H positive, Cl negative, forming Na positive, Cl negative plus water. Now cancel the common ions. Na positive cancels with Na positive, Cl negative with Cl negative. Ultimately, what is left? OH negative plus H positive gives us water. So same way, we may write for the other acid-base reaction also. For example, KOH plus H2SO4 gives K2SO4 plus H2O. From K, K positive, OH negative, H positive, SO4 minus 2, forming K positive, SO4 minus 2 and water. So K positive will cancel as it is present on the, one is present on the reactant side, other is present on the product side. Same way, SO4 minus 2, SO4 minus 2. So we are left with OH negative plus H positive. It gives us water. So for neutralization reaction, the heat is required. That heat is known as heat of neutralization, which is the amount of heat liberated when 1 gram of an acid or a base is completely neutralized. Hello students, this is video number 30 and next topic is preparation of copper 2 sulfate, that is blue vitriol. It is known as blue vitriol as the color of the salt is blue. Method of preparation is neutralization of an insoluble base. Now how copper sulfate is prepared? Copper sulfate is prepared by the action of dilute sulfuric acid on either hydroxide, oxide or carbonate of copper. For example, CuOH twice when reacts with sulfuric acid, it forms CuSO4 plus H2O. Same way, CuO plus H2SO4 gives us CuSO4 plus H2O. CuCO3 carbonates when combined with sulfuric acid, it forms salts, copper sulfate. Along with that, water and carbon dioxide gas is released. Then copper sulfate is cooled and crystallizes into CuSO4.5H2O, which is known as blue vitriol. Now why this method is known as neutralization? Because in this case, base reacts with acid forming salt and water. Now experimental details. First, sulfuric acid is taken in a beaker and it is heated on a wire gauze. Then we add black color copper oxide to sulfuric acid in small quantity and keep on stirring till no more of it dissolves. Third step, filter the solution in hot only and collect it in a china dish and evaporate the filtrate by heating it to the point of crystallization. Next step is the crystals are then cooled or solution is cooled, and after cooling we will get bright blue crystals of copper sulfate, which is a pentahydrate, also known as blue vitriol. Other salts which can be prepared by this method is zinc sulfate, lead nitrate, calcium chloride, calcium nitrate and magnesium sulfate. Now last salt which is there in your syllabus is preparation of sodium sulfate crystal, that is Na2SO4.10H2O. Sodium sulfate decahydrate, which is a soluble salt. And the method is neutralization of an base with acid. Reaction involved is NaOH, that is a base, when combined with sulfuric acid, that is acid, forming normal salt Na2SO4 and H2O. This method is also used for preparing other soluble salts like potassium and ammonium. And the name of the process in which the reactants and the products are soluble, a titration is conducted in order to find out the neutralization reaction. The apparatus used for the titration and the preparation of soluble sodium sulfide is shown over here. This is known as burette and this one is known as a conical flask. Sodium hydroxide is measured and transferred to conical flask and an indicator phenolphthalein is added to it. The color of the solution turns to pink. Burette is filled with dilute sulfuric acid up to the edged mark, that is 0. It has a marking from 0 to 50. The acid is run drop by drop into the conical flask till the acid turns the solution colorless. That means the pink color of sodium hydroxide changes to colorless. That point is known as end point. First we note down the initial reading of the burette and then we'll note down the final reading, and the difference between the two readings tells us the volume of the acid used. Then on evaporating the solution, crystals of sodium sulfate is obtained. Now student, an important note over here, in place of sodium hydroxide, sodium carbonate can also be used, but the indicator used is methyl orange. Now since both are soluble, so either of them cannot be removed by filtration. So in order to prepare acidic salt, that is NaHSO4, what we do, same volume of sulfuric acid is again added to the product sodium sulfate. Now acid quantity will be more. When the acid quantity is more, then it results in the formation of an acidic salt, that is NaHSO4. Students, with this preparation of salts in the lab is completed. The type of questions that can be asked in the board from this topic is, name the method by which different salts are prepared, write the equation involved, what is the color of the salt, and all the experimental details related to the preparation. Now first example which we will study is iron trichloride, that is FeCl3, and name of the method is synthesis or direct combination. Students, this example is very important from board point of view. The apparatus which is used to prepare FeCl3 is this one. It consists of a combustion tube, and inside the combustion tube we take powdered iron, and through this inlet we pass dry chlorine gas. Chlorine is dried with the help of concentrated sulfuric acid, which is a very good drying agent. When chlorine gas is passed through iron, the combustion tube is heated. When the color of iron turns red hot, as the reaction is highly exothermic, external heating is suspended. When the reaction occurs, it results in the formation of iron trichloride, which volatilizes and condenses in this receiver as a brown scale. And the reaction which occurs is Fe plus Cl2 gives FeCl3. As iron trichloride is highly deliquescent, so it is kept dry with the help of fused calcium chloride, which is taken in this bulb, and it is a good drying agent. Student, here is an important note, that is, anhydrous FeCl3 cannot be prepared by simply heating the hydrated iron chloride having formula FeCl3.6H2O, because on heating it decomposes to give us Fe2O3 plus H2O and hydrogen chloride. Second example which is there in your syllabus is preparation of zinc sulfate. Zinc sulfate is prepared by displacement reaction, As you know, displacement is a reaction in which more reactive metals displaces the less reactive. The reaction involved in the preparation of zinc sulfate is Zn plus H2SO4 gives ZnSO4 plus H2. As zinc is present above hydrogen in the activity series, therefore it displaces hydrogen from sulfuric acid, resulting in the formation of zinc sulfate along with hydrogen. Zinc sulfate is crystallized with the help of water and results in the formation of ZnSO4.7H2O, which is white in color. Due to white color, it is also known as white vitriol. Now let's discuss the experimental detail. The first step in the preparation of zinc sulfate is we will take dilute sulfuric acid in a china dish. This apparatus is known as china dish, and dilute sulfuric acid is taken in this china dish and it is heated on a wire gauze. Then we will add granulated zinc a little at a time with constant stirring. Now, why granulated zinc is chosen? Because granulated zinc contains copper as an impurity which behaves as a catalyst. Now, as the reaction occurs, effervescence takes place. You can see in the diagram, there is bubbles of hydrogen gas. So, effervescence takes place because of the liberation of hydrogen gas. When effervescence stops, it indicates that all the acid has been used up. Next step is excess of zinc is filtered with the help of the filter paper, and the solution is taken in a china dish that is of pure zinc sulfate solution. Now we will collect the solution in the china dish again and heat it so that the solution it evaporates. Then we filter it, wash them with water, then dry them with the folds of the filter paper, and we will get white needle-shaped crystals of hydrated zinc sulfate, commonly known as white vitriol. By same method, we can prepare green vitriol also, that is ferrous sulfate. Same method, that is direct displacement reaction. Iron plus H2SO4 gives FeSO4 plus H2. As iron is present above hydrogen in the activity series, it can displace hydrogen from sulfuric acid, resulting in FeSO4 and hydrogen. We will filter the solution, allow the filtrate to cool, and it is crystallizes to give us FeSO4.7H2O, also known as green vitriol, as the color of the crystal is green, and the experimental detail is same as that of zinc sulfate.